Max, how have the first couple days as a Yankee been for you? What has this been like for you?
Officially for this first couple days, it's been great. I got down here a couple weeks early. Just wanted to get familiar with some of the guys. Hadn't played anyone on the roster, so just wanted to get down and get in the swing of things of living in Tampa and meeting as many people as I can. So all in all, everyone's been extremely welcoming, and I've really enjoyed it.
Who else? Gary and Andy.
Max, yesterday Gerrit was talking a little bit about the opportunity to pick your mind and for you guys to share information, strategy, just your thoughts. What has that been like for you so far?
As far as with Gerrit or just in general?
Gerrit particularly.
Gerrit particularly. I mean, you're talking about one of the best pitchers that we've had for over the last 10 or so years, and he's got a Cy Young, and he seems to be in that conversation of best pitchers in the world, year in, year out. He knows exactly what he needs to do to be successful, and he's extremely knowledgeable and talented. So to be able to just sit and watch him work and his routine and the way he goes about his preparation and everything, I'm going to do as much as I can to soak as much as I can. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're here to win, and anything that I can learn from him that I can add to my game, I'm all ears.
Andy, to the right.
You're coming from like your whole career in an organization that's got this great culture of winning and is competitive every year pretty much. What do you take away from your time with the Braves culture that you carry forward with you for the rest of your career?
I'm extremely thankful to be able to come up in a place that had a lot of winning and a lot of really great veteran players that rubbed off on me, and where I was able to learn how to be a major leaguer and go about my work, and just being able to know what I need to do to go out there, and when it's my turn to take the ball every fifth day, to give us the best chance to win. And at the end of the day, I have to keep us in the game as long as possible. And if we come out with a win when I take the ball, I'm as happy as anyone in that clubhouse. And just prioritizing the team over individual success was something that was really drilled into me over there. And I'm looking forward to kind of bringing that same attitude here, and whatever I have to do that day to help us win is what I'm going to do.
Back to the left, Randy.
Max, Aaron Boone just answered a bunch of questions on Marcus Stroman not being here. I've heard a couple players have been asking coaches, where is he, why isn't he here? Has this been a topic amongst guys? Are you talking about it much, and do you have a reaction to him skipping the first couple days of workouts?
I wouldn't say it's been too I don't really know how to answer that, to be honest, but I've never played, or I don't really know Marcus. I've heard wonderful things about him as a teammate, and guys in this clubhouse have only spoken glowingly about him, and I'm really excited to meet him.
Who else? Anybody else? Great. In the middle.
You talked in December about finding what kind of new ways to get better with the Yankees, kind of some things they saw. Is that process begun yet, or is it kind of here in spring that you feel like that gets underway?
No, absolutely. From the time that I signed, had a couple Zoom meetings over in the off season of just playing catch and just trying to identify the things that we want to attack here in spring. Just shoring up some shapes and some just cues and just little things, but everyone's been extremely hands-on, and we've kind of, since I've been able to be out here for the last couple weeks, we've hit the ground running.
Brendan, all the way to the left.
Can I ask you for specifics on that? Is there a certain pitch that you're working on in particular, and is there something in particular they said, hey, we could make this better?
I'm going to kind of keep that one close to my chest. Don't want to reveal too many of the secrets. At the end of the day, any edge that I can get, especially competitively, I'm going to try to keep that close. But I think at the end of the day, it's just most about a consistency. Whether it's pitch shapes or location, things to that extent. Just being able to know that when I throw a pitch, it's going to be a certain shape that I'm expecting.
And how would you describe your early relationship with Matt Blake?
Oh, it's been fantastic. Very, very knowledgeable. Also very open-minded. Not allowing me to kind of try a bunch of different things, and we've been very collaborative. So just being able to let him know what I'm thinking, and kind of for him to give me his thoughts as well. It's been nice to be able to work together and try to see if we can do something a little bit more every day to just get better.
Eric?
You mentioned Gerrit as being one of the best pitchers in the world. From afar, as someone who's been in the league a while, what have you admired most specifically about what he does on the mound, his approach, et cetera, over the years?
It's definitely a different game than me. He's that prototypical power pitcher. He's got big fastball, big swing and miss. Struck out over 300 guys in a season. That's impressive, and he's an extremely imposing, competitive guy on the mound. So, as far as overlapping stuff, and to that extent, it might be a little different. But the mentality of being able to take that ball and be competitive and go and win games is something that, no matter who you are, what kind of stuff that you have or the kind of pitcher you are, there's common denominators there.
Brian?
Max, I know it's early, but behind the scenes, is it similar to what you were doing in Atlanta, the pitch analytics, the data, and everything, or is it drastically different?
I think just being in a completely different environment is, it's just a little bit of a shock. I'm just trying to learn the organization, and I've been accustomed to the way that one organization does things, and so I'm just trying to come in and just be open-minded and soak up as much as I can, and so there's similarities and there's differences.
Take a couple more. Can you pass it right behind? Jake, go ahead.
Hey, Max. I would imagine that, 10 years ago, before there were so many interleague games, that the adjustment of hopping from one league to the other would be a little bit more substantial. Do you anticipate having to make that adjustment, or do you think it's something that's maybe a little bit overstated nowadays?
Obviously you face hitters more often in a different league. I think maybe when there was the pitcher hitting versus the DH, it could have been a little bit more drastic. I think, I'm excited to take on the challenge of a new league, new ballparks, new teams, new in-division opponents. So I would say there's always going to be a little bit of change, maybe not as drastic as it had been previously, but I'm excited to take that challenge on.
Take one or two more. Can you pass it behind you now, Jake? Thank you.
Max, sometimes free agent pitcher signs with the team, and the expectation is they've really got to carry a team, be a big part of the rotation. Here, there is a lot of depth in the starting pitching. Can you give me your thoughts on that, and does it ease your mind a little bit?
I mean, the talent that we have on the mound, it's been really impressive to see. Just watching a bunch of bullpens and picking guys' brains. They have really good idea of what they do and how they do it, and being able to repeat it. It's really just comforting knowing that I get to come in and just be myself, and at the end of the day, we all have one goal, and that's to go and win as many baseball games as we possibly can. And just taking that mentality and having the pride to be able to go out there and do that day in, day out and make our starts, I've been able to kind of fall right into that.